Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm looking for some great deals for the craft room. Let's go. Good morning. We are having another field trip today. You guys know I love exploring stores and looking in all kinds of different places for craft supplies, organization tools, things that I can use in my craft studio. And today we are in search of some amazing deals because today we are going to the Dollar Tree. You all have told me the last few months that the Dollar Tree has really upped their game as far as actual craft supplies. And then of course there are so many great tools and just all kinds of things that you can repurpose from the Dollar Tree to use in your craft studio. So today we're going to check out my local Dollar Tree. We're going to see sometimes it's all nice and organized. Sometimes it's a hot mess. We'll kind of just see what we can find, and then I'll show you guys what I end up picking up from the Dollar Tree and bringing back home to the craft studio. So I will link things that I can find on the Dollar Tree's website down below. Remember, when you order from the Dollar Tree online, you usually have to order in bulk. Sometimes that's not a big deal because you might want to use something in bulk. But you can always check out your local Dollar Tree. Everything at mine is now $1.25. I think they all went up in price in the last year or so. So it's a little bit more than $1, but still a great deal. All right, let's go. My favorite time to go to the Dollar Tree is first thing in the morning. Everything is usually very straightened up. It's not as crowded, and you can kind of take your time to peruse. Keep in mind that all Dollar Trees are different. While they do have some similar stock from store to store, it's not necessarily going to be the same. So if you see things at my store that are not at your store, it may be coming or it may not. First place I love to check is actually the card section. And yes, I use these cards for crafting purposes. They have some gorgeous images that you can cut out and use as ephemera pieces in your journaling. You can pop off the front of a beautiful card and put it in your planner. You can add it to all kinds of projects, and I just love some of the beautiful images. Most of the cards are two for $1.25, which is a fabulous deal. And I love some of the words too. They're just great phrases that you can use. And if it's a specialty page that you are creating, look how adorable this birthday present is. I think it's so cute, especially if you're working on a specialty page for a scrapbook or something very themed. A card might be just the ticket to find something unique to include on your journaling page where you don't have to invest in a whole separate line. I also saw that they had really cute note cards. These are 6 cards for $1, which is fantastic, or $1.25, I guess. And they're very cute as well. So you could put these together easily to create kind of a mini album situation. And they're relatively generic, which I thought was pretty awesome. These rainbow ones are most definitely coming home with me. I haven't even made it over to the crafting section, and I had to stop again. Tissue paper. They have gorgeous tissue paper in the birthday gift wrapping section, and I use this all the time for decoupage, put it all over my journals. It is a fantastic use of materials, and you get so many pieces in one pack. Y'all, my craft section here was stocked to the brim, and I was pumped. Look at this huge craft section. This is all craft supplies, all different kinds of craft supplies, and this is a newer thing with Dollar Tree in the last year or so. I was super impressed by the fabric, the beads. It's like they had bits and pieces from all kinds of crafts. And earlier this year, my patrons and I were working through what I called quirky crafts. We were trying new things, and we talked a lot about buying some inexpensive pieces if you're wanting to try a different kind of craft, a specialty craft of some sort. Buying some inexpensive pieces to give it a try before investing in all of the things. And I think Dollar Tree might be a great place to look. Some really cute trim, some great fabric, just some good options all over the place. Love the felt as well. There's just so many things that you can do with these different pieces that I think are a lot of fun to kind of play around with and see what they have. Yes, it's going to cost, like you're going to need to do some digging, but I think you will find some treasures here. These little jump rings, really important for making planner charms and all kinds of fun things. So fun to find those here and much cheaper than at Michael's. All of these different pony beads, those you guys are super popular right now. All of the different beading things to make keychains and charms and bracelets and all that kind of thing. Lots of different supplies here that I think will work out really well for trying some different things. Of course, these are great for working with your kids over the summer, but also just for you to try some new things in your craft room, loving all of the different variety. I am a sucker for anything in miniature, and these mini glass containers were adorable. I have an idea for how I might use those, so stay tuned at the end when I go through my full haul to see how these might make their way into my craft room, but we're going to go ahead and grab 3 packs of them because I've never seen these before. Now, the tricky thing about Dollar Tree is you're going to find storage in several different departments. Yes, they have these storage options, mini mason jars, these little plastic containers over in the crafts section, and even some metal containers that are magnetic that you can use for wall storage. But they also have different organization places or organization featured in the office supply section, in the section for the garage, in the kitchen section. So keep your eyes open throughout the store for organization solutions that could work for your craft room. Look at how cute this little thing is. It looks like a little like mushroom or something. It works for your weeding to collect all these bits and pieces that might be on your desk. That is absolutely adorable. I saw these cutting mats, which at first I was really intrigued by because they're pretty thick, but I feel like they were pretty warped. So I'm not sure if they would eventually lay flat or not. I think the warping kind of concerned me, but you know, it might be an option if you need a cutting mat of sorts. Of course, there was a ton of paint. Most of it was acrylic paint. They did have some watercolor options. I'm not a big fan of cheaper watercolor paints. I think in that case, you get what you pay for. For acrylic paints, I think you can get a lot of bang for your buck with some of these from the Dollar Tree. So I have no problem picking these up, using them with my kids, using them on some projects, but sometimes with paint, you do get what you pay for. Has anyone tried these spray bottles with the Dina Wakley gloss sprays? I'm very intrigued. Let me know below if you have tried moving your gloss sprays into these bottles and if they worked for you. So many different wooden pieces. So they had all these wooden beads, which, hello, so much fun to paint and customize for sure. And then all kinds of wood panels and wood frames, wood boxes, things that you could paint and decorate throughout the summer, which I love. Look at the adorable trays. Big, big, big fan of those. I just love little containers. Am I the only one that falls for containers all of the time? I think those trays would be so fun to customize for your craft room. And if you pick up several of them, like if you get several of these boxes, several of those little mini crates, you can create kind of a whole theme in your craft room, and you've supplied it from the Dollar Tree. The galvanized signs were new to me, and they also had galvanized letters that you could use to put on the signs. Obviously, these are really good to use with Cricut vinyl, whether you're using the vinyl as a stencil or to actually apply to the sign. Just lots of different craft projects that you could be doing and being inspired by. I love Dollar Tree Alpha stickers. I think they're fabulous. I've used that set of stickers that has the black and white over and over again, but this is new to me. They now have rub-on transfers. Yes, please. I am super pumped about this. They only have a few different options here, but I always love the rub-on transfers. The stencils here are fabulous. Some great basics that you can use. These were interesting. These were glass stickers, so I guess the idea is to put it on different glassware. I'm wondering how that might look in some journaling, or perhaps with alcohol ink behind it. I think that could be pretty cool. And there's a pretty big variety of stickers. Most of these were very dimensional, which is not something I am normally looking for. I usually want flatter stickers. These tended to have dimension. They had rhinestones. It was just a little bit thicker than what I would normally go for. But if you're a scrapbooker or you like that feel for cards and things like that, this might be a good place to come kind of fill up your craft studio. Don't forget to look up high. I almost walked away from this aisle, looked up, and saw all of these different canvases lined up at the top, like way above my head, and I'm 6 feet tall. So look up all the way to the top of the shelves and see what else might be there. They even had black canvas, which I thought was pretty remarkable. Some great options there, especially if you're just starting to experiment with canvases. Always check out the decor section. So this is wall decor. These are large stickers that are meant to be wall decals. I have used them many, many, many times in my planner, in my journals. I think they are fantastic. There's usually some fun, kind of quirky options like Baby Yoda, but there's also some cool ones. Love the flowers here. I think it's just kind of a neat look, and that's a huge sticker. I get it. It's not for every project, but it can make a really big impact on your page. The home decor section also had a ton of different ribbons. I really was drawn to some of the textured ribbons like this with burlap. I thought that was pretty cool. They had some basics, which would be really nice for kind of filling out your collection in your craft studio. Some of it felt a little bit seasonal. A lot of this was intended for creating wreaths because there was a ton of wreath making things here. That's definitely not a skill that I have had or have tried my hand at, but I think it'd be fun to give it a try. You have all of the different frames in different shapes that you can use. They do, of course, have a ton of different fake flowers that you can use to fill in your wreaths here at the Dollar Tree. And if you're wanting to experiment or just make some seasonal wreaths for fun that wouldn't be too expensive to put together, coming here and visiting might be a great option for you. Let's talk storage options. Look at this beautiful clear box. I feel like this is definitely a wonderful find. Love, love, love. Perfect for a craft studio. And then you're going to find all of the bins you could ever possibly want that might work in your craft room. Now, I'm not always the biggest fan of these bins because they don't have straight sides. They have curved bottoms. There's some things that make it hard to store some supplies in them. However, I do like these right here that are kind of square shaped. They're great for kind of keeping current projects or like supplies together. And depending on your budget, these can work really well for getting your space organized. Those were easy to write on. They had a dry erase label at the front. There are lots of desk organizing pieces that I have used in the past, which work fabulous in those Alex drawers that many of us have from IKEA. They have different shapes and sizes that you can kind of mix and match and put together a setup that will work for your space. But you can see there's just a ton to choose from. Would I do my entire space in Dollar Tree storage? No, it doesn't always hold up, but every now and then you find a bin that's going to work really well, or you're organizing a space that you know is going to change, and so you don't want to invest in a ton of really like hardy storage. You're just trying to fix something for a space at that time. Bins like this are great for corralling projects that kids are working on. There's a lot of great uses, and you're not having to invest a whole lot of money. Heading to the office supplies section, see there's more magnetic tins, and this set has a clear top and it comes in colors, which I also have not seen before, and I think that those are absolutely adorable, and I'm a big fan of using vertical storage, and those on a magnetic strip work really well. I always love a good post-it, and these line post-its would come in really handy. This is a great place to like stock up on your basic office supplies, and they even have some pretty colors in some of the pieces like the post-it notes. They have some really cool push pins. Look at these that have like velvety fronts to them. I think those are cool. And then they had some pretty colored ones that were in pastels as well. So I like that they're starting to offer some different aesthetic feels, like some different, instead of all of the basics, you're getting some different options, which is really nice when you're setting up your space. I recently had a patron tell me that she picks out a lot of her journals from the Dollar Tree so that she doesn't feel pressure to use them in a certain way. She's able to change up how she plans, how she journals, how she does her faith journaling, and she's able to kind of adjust it on the fly and then grab a new journal whenever she's ready. I think that is a fabulous way to save money and to really customize something for yourself. Look at all the cool crowns. I love picking these up for my kids when we are going on road trips and things like that, so they have a fresh set of crayons, because I think there's something just really nice about that. This is my go-to place for poster board. I use poster board all of the time for backdrops and flat lays in my craft studio. And then these larger poster letters can also be used in your other projects. Now, just because it's not in the school supply or the craft section doesn't mean it won't come in handy in your craft space. So now we're getting into like the garage automotive space, and I found something that would be super helpful for most of our spaces. It is a pegboard. They had this in black. They only had one white one in a couple, and then they had a couple different shapes, a rectangle and a square, plus accessories that work on the pegboard. Fabulous. I cannot recommend a pegboard enough. And if this is an affordable system for you to give wall storage a try and to try using a pegboard, I say go for it. Of course, it's going to add up all the little bits and pieces, but it's going to be much cheaper than buying it at Home Depot. And you're going to be able to build something special. Now we're over in the kitchen and kind of cleaning section. Over the door storage, always something I recommend to people because there's lots of ways to hang things off from behind the door, especially in small spaces. And then look at these cubes. I've seen the cubes before. Here, there are those fabric cubes. You see them all over the place, but I had not seen the different sizes. So they had like a small, kind of shallow size, and then they had a medium one, which I'm sure I hadn't seen. And I thought that was really interesting. If you have cube storage, these are the smaller scale cubes. They don't fit in the calyx cubes. They're much smaller than that, but they fit in the ones from Walmart and Target. The kitchen area is also where I found one of my favorite things to pick up from the Dollar Tree. These cutting mats I have used for so many different projects. They don't always have them in stock, and when I see them in stock, I'm definitely grabbing them. There's a lot of things in the kitchen department to take a look at. Of course, any of the Tupperware can work for storage, whether it's temporary storage or permanent storage in your craft space, and it's something to consider. Yes, they're not always going to be the most durable and last forever, but they're going to work and they're going to be a really affordable option for you. My biggest recommendation when shopping at the Dollar Tree is to keep your eyes open and your mind open for trying different things in your craft space, either for crafting or organization. You never know what you're going to find that might work. All right, I am going to head to the checkout and then I'll bring you guys home and we will do a haul video to see what I picked up. All right, so I am back from the Dollar Tree. I wanted to show you my haul. Let me move things to the side. We'll kind of bring things on one by one. I just picked up things I wanted to try. The fun thing about the Dollar Tree is it's not this huge investment, so you can just try some new things. I was a little bit obsessed with this paper. Mostly I wanted to try, let me see if I can get it open. This butterfly tissue paper, like, are you kidding me? That is gorgeous for decoupaging on an art journal page. And then I also liked this bee paper with the butterflies as well. So to me, it was worth it for those sheets. There's some other fun sheets in here that I could use for different purposes, but that butterfly paper like got me. So I love finding gorgeous tissue paper and using it in all kinds of projects. So that one was a must for me. If you've been around here for a little while, you know I'm currently obsessed with rub-on transfers. And so I found these. Again, in my head, this had art journaling like written all over it. So I cannot wait to give this a try in an art journaling project. I think it's going to be fun. And then along the same lines, the wall decals, these are, I mean, come on, it's a ginormous sticker. So that's a ton of fun. And these also just are great for projects. They make a huge impact. They're good quality stickers. I liked the kind of hand-drawn look to these gorgeous flowers. And you get six of them? Yeah, 6 big ones that I also thought I would use in an art journaling page. I mean, they like all of those pieces, I feel like I could work together to create an art journal entry of some sort, and I just think these are a ton of fun. And these are one of those things that I feel like changes out at the Dollar Tree. Like, it's not always the same wall decals, so I like checking out and seeing what they have. So picked up those. Then these are fun. So glitter glue sticks from Craft, like for your hot glue gun. And what I wanted to do was take those wax seals. Have you seen where people create wax seals out of hot glue? And I thought this would be perfect for that. So it's the basic colors. I will probably most likely stick with the gold and the silver, maybe the blue, red and green, probably not, but I figured this worth a try, and I would like to try creating some like faux wax seals that I could put on different projects. Okay, so this is something that maybe not craft related, but these are really cute. This is 6 blank notes. Love me a good rainbow. You guys know that. I got 4 packs because I send a lot of happy mail to patrons, and I like having these just available on hand, and this felt very much me. I love that they had just a nice variety there. These also are great for cutting up and using in projects as well. And you get 6 in a pack, which is awesome. So 6 for $1.25, that's hard to beat. And so I actually cleared them out of the rainbow ones because I know that these will really get used and appreciated in my craft studio. Okay, so for some functional tools and stuff, I love this pop dot tape. This foam tape for popping things up on your projects is fantastic. You get 3 different sizes in one pack for $1.25. It is like impossible to beat. I've used it before. It's worked great. I was out the last time I went to look for it at the Dollar Tree. They were out. So I definitely picked this up, and I can't recommend like their foam stuff more. It works really well. I've used, nicer brands or maybe more well-known brands, and the Crafter Square brand of the foam, I have always been super pleased with. So love it, and pick some of that up. And then I picked this up. This is supposed to be your vinyl weeding scrap collector. So you just pop it on your desk, and as you're weeding, you put things in here. I'm actually just going to use it. Like, I have little bits and pieces all the time of like stickers and things like that I thought I could easily scrape into here, like off of the tweezers when I'm peeling extra stickers, just peel them off right there. And instead of sticking them all on the side of my desk, I could just like plop this. It has a suction cup, which probably is not going to stick to the poster board, but it will stick to the side of my desk. And I thought that would be super handy. So it's worth a try. I mean, it's cute and I like the color, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I picked up this. This is adorable. This is a clear storage bin, which you guys know I love clear storage bins. There's a little bit of tape right here. I'm gonna cut that off so I can pop this off. Oh, more tape. That's nice that they tape it down just so I can peel off the extra tape in a bit, but is it cutting? Okay. I was thinking, I've been trying some diamond dot projects, and I have some extra diamond dots or ones that are like in progress. So my thought was I could actually keep them in these little jars. You get 5 little glass jars in each thing. It looks like I could probably fit, let's see, 5. I bought 15 of the jars. I could probably go back and get more. Looks like I could fit 8 in each section. And then I could write with a Sharpie the number on the top of what one that is, and then I can pull it out easily. I have the little thing I can put them in here. This seems like a really good, this is like for the odds and ends. I know some of you do bigger diamond dot painting, but this felt like it would be a good way for me to store things, not in a bunch of little plastic bags. And then I could just relabel it. I could also do like a sticker on the top of this so that I could cover it up and reuse it when a project was done. It just seemed, I mean, it seemed like possibly a good fit. I could spread these out a little bit if I wanted to. For organizing my extra diamond dot pieces. And then I could put the extra little like waxing in there too. Love. Yeah, I think that will work pretty well. They, when it's more full, they stay upright. These obviously don't stay upright, but if I moved them over back to where they were, they would all kind of stay upright, which would be nice to keep them all in line and to organize. And I love me a clear storage solution. So I feel like this thing was a really good find at the Dollar Tree, and something that I would use several of for different purposes in my craft room. So super excited about that. A tip for getting the top sticky thing off, because the Dollar Tree is kind of infamous for these being difficult to get off. Although, hold your breath, this one's coming off pretty easily. In the past, I have used my heat tool to heat up the label, and that seems to help. But this one, ta-da! Wow! Yes, I love it. Love it. Love it. I'm actually pretty pumped about that solution. And something that I pick up all of the time because I use them in so many different ways. Flexible cutting mats. You get 2 in each one. They're like a frosted color. These aren't completely clear. These are frosted. Let me open it up and show you. They're like partially clear when you only have one at a time. I mean, that's a pretty, you can still see through it, but I love it. I use these to create dividers in my planner. I use them as page protectors, like putting behind art journal pages. I use them for lots of different reasons, and I go through them in my craft room, and I love them. Like these are really great for creating all kinds of things. You can create a planner cover with this. There's all kinds of ways to use this flexible cutting mat. I love it. I've made washi tape holders with this. I've done all the things with this. And so this I'm pumped about, and I picked up 5 packs because they don't always have them in stock. And so when they do, I tend to stock up, and this will last me, 6 to 8 months, and then I'll go and pick up some more. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know what some of your favorite things that you spotted at the Dollar Tree were, or some of your favorite finds that you have come across in the past. It is a great place to kind of check out on a regular basis. They do kind of swap out some of the different sections and update them throughout the year, which I always appreciate. So it's nice to kind of go and see what is available. As always, I will try to link some things down below. Again, you always have to order in bulk from the Dollar Tree, so keep that in mind, but you can always check out your local Dollar Trees to see what they have available. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. Thank you all so much for your amazing support. And I'm just so pumped about our fun, quirky community we've got going over on Patreon. If you want to check it out, check out some of the exclusive content and the bonus features. There is actually a 7-day free trial on several of my tiers over there, and you can find out information about that using the Patreon link in the description box below. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.